So none of that was filmed. That's beautiful. I should have known, like, it didn't have any signs that it was filming. You're watching the Christiana321. I'm the Christiana, and we're doing a one-take video, although, since I wasn't filming for the first take. Let's see, I'm gonna reassemble this package so that we can have a grand reveal. I got a couple of packages sent to my boyfriend's warehouse. John, Resale Rabbit. Anytime somebody online, other than like at like store is going to send me something, I just have them send it to his warehouse. It's easier that way. So the first one is from an Instagram page called The Curated Stag. I don't know who followed who first, but they post a bunch of just cool, really well curated stuff from around Appleton, Neenah, Fox City, Wisconsin, just from like local stores that sell cool things. So I liked a post without reading the description, and apparently that entered me into a giveaway, and this is the giveaway. And I opened it already because I thought that it was filming and it wasn't. So these were cookies for St. Patrick's Day. Very cute, from the Tattered Whisk, designer sugar cookies. And I've seen the ones that they have out for Easter, and they also look adorable. And I think that you can get them, a little bit customized too. These were generic for a giveaway, you know, but they look adorable. As payment for receiving all of my mail, I'm gonna eat those with John later. Maybe I'll film it as like a YouTube short. Are you guys enjoying the shorts? I took a break while I was in Chicago, but now I'm back from Chicago. Should I do more? I don't know. The next one, I have to be pretty careful with how I show it because it is not from Sephora. It is from Canada. I think it was my blind date with a book video that I put out on Valentine's Day, or around Valentine's Day. One of the blind date books I already owned a copy of, and I still haven't finished. It's called The Hunting Party. I have about, I think, 50 pages left. I'm trying to finish that today. We'll see. Anyway, so I asked if any of the people watching the video wanted my second copy, otherwise I was just going to put it in a little library. Somebody responded. I'm recording this on my phone, so I can't be sure. Feisty Schlommet? Something along those lines. And then we started messaging on Instagram. I did not get permission to give any additional information other than they're out of Canada, and so it took a little while for packages to cross, but they were so kind and wanted to make it a book exchange. So this is the book that they sent me. There is a note on the front. It says, "Hi Rabbit, thanks for passing this on to the Christiana321. I am the Christiana." So, this again was sent to John's warehouse. If you're not following him, follow him. He does cool things too. So, they packaged it with a lot of tape and everything, which is good, especially when you're going to be crossing borders and everything. Oh, I was going to say, so person who sent this did get my name spelled correctly, but then whenever it crossed the border, I guess, or I don't know, whenever they put the official label on it at the post office people spelled it wrong. And so, just want you to know, I don't blame you, I blame the post office. Alright, I have some scissors, and we're gonna do this safely. Or as safely as not cutting towards myself and also not showing any addresses. Okay, so this is the part that I was worried about trying to make this a one-take video for, because opening a package while simultaneously trying to not show any addresses, probably not good video content, because I can't even show you how I'm doing it. I think I'm opening it upside down. Oh dear. Oh no, okay, I think this is right. I did cut into the envelope for the card a tiny bit, so I'm so sorry. Okay. Oh, I am not a strong person. Alright. Put a little card in here to the Christiana321. Yes. Oh, put your username in here, Feisty Schlomet. Let's see. Little Snoopy Dog, so cute. $2. Okay, I'm just skimming it right now. I am going to read it in full. Okay. You put so much stuff in here. I feel bad. I should have put more things in your package. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we've got some Canada things as well as $2. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, got a Syrian family traditional chocolate. Simply Peaceful white chocolate bar. Oh, I love white chocolate. Nice. Another milk chocolate with maple cream. I've not heard of putting maple cream on chocolate before. I do love maple flavoring though, so I am very excited to try this. And there are 2 of them, so I mean, maybe in the card you said I'm supposed to give one to John, but also I might eat both of these. All right. Ooh. So this one is Fresh Water by, a name that I am not going to be able to pronounce very well, Kweki Emezi, and it looks like it was longlisted for the Women's Prize for Fiction in 2019. I love that. It looks super good. Ada has always been unusual. Same. Her parents prayed her into existence, but something must have gone awry. Their troubled child begins to develop separate selves and is prone to fits of anger and grief. When Ada grows up and heads to college in America, a traumatic event crystallizes the selves into something more powerful. Oh my gosh. I am so excited. Okay, so it's a little bit multi-personality disorder. That's not what it's called. Multiple personality disorder, but also like magical realism, maybe? Okay. Definitely putting this on my short list for my TBR, because that sounds amazing. Okay. I know, people reading blurbs on videos is not the most exciting. That's fair. Okay, so then the second one, comes with trigger warnings. Oh my goodness. Night of the Living Res, stories by Morgan Talty. There's a trigger warning sticker on the book. I've not seen that before, but it looks like whatever bookstore this came from. It's probably a standard for them. Which I have seen that more with Canadian content being much more forward about, like, hey, just so you know, if these things are not something that you are emotionally capable of handling, you might want to steer clear. References to death, self-harm, and childhood trauma. Oh my goodness. Ooh, and it comes with a bookmark. I love a good bookmark. Okay. Set in a native community in Maine, Night of the Living Res is a riveting debut collection about what it means to be Penobscot, Ooh, there's going to be words in here that I am going to guess how to say. In the 21st century and what it means to live, survive, and persevere after tragedy. 12 striking, luminescent stories, searing humor, breathes life into tales of family. I have 2 other books that. Oh, okay, so. Where is it? I thought I had it. Ah. So the blurb on the front says, "There's so much brutal, raw, beautiful power in these stories. Reading this book, I literally laughed and cried. Tommy Orange," who wrote There, There. I was about to say, this sounds kind of similar to another, well, mostly to this one, another book that I have on my shelf, There, There, which I almost got to go to a reading by Tommy Orange, but I had class the same night. I was very disappointed. But anyway, yeah, so maybe I've only read one of the stories out of There, but maybe I do a video where I read both of these together. That would be super cool. Thank you so much, Feisty Schlomit. I really appreciate that. That was the sweetest, and I cannot wait to eat these candies and read the rest of your note because it looked like it was going to be very sweet. So, oh my goodness, I guess I got 6 books in January, or in March. What month are we in? I was not expecting that. Oh my gosh, I'm blown away. So in addition to those 2 wonderful gifts, I purchased 4 books. One, I don't want to say too much about because I'm thinking about creating a series either to short form video or long form, but it's called Wicked Fox Cities, The Dark Side of the Valley by Frank Anderson, and it just goes into a lot of the different crimes that have happened in Wisconsin, specifically this area of Wisconsin, and why it's kind of creepy here sometimes. But I'm very excited. It's a short one, so we'll see how far I get into it, or how long it takes me to read it, I guess, and decide if this is actually a good content kind of book or if I'm just going to scare myself. Man, some of these books today are kind of dark. So this one is called Suicide Notes, a novel by Michael Thomas Ford. I really enjoyed the cover. I don't know why, but the cover, the black with just a little bit of red, really stuck out to me. So this is a YA novel about this kid who wakes up in a psychiatric ward hospital after having tried to unalive himself, and he's convinced that there's no reason for him to be there. He's fine. He just tried to unalive himself. Why is everybody freaking out? And it's about his journey in the 45 days that he's sentenced to be there. I don't know much about it. I hadn't heard of it, but like I said, the cover just reached out to me, and it's a dark humor kind of book, which is my favorite kind of humor. So I don't know. I mean, maybe you'll hear more about this book, maybe you won't, but I do think it is going to be very interesting. So then this one I've already read, not before I bought it. I bought it and then just immediately devoured it. It was very short, I think under 100 pages. It's called The Postman Always Rings Twice by James M. Cain. It's a very short novel. It's been made into a movie a couple of times, but on the day that I went to the bookstore, I had just watched a YouTube video where they were doing a true crime telling of the story from the 20s, 30s, and in the movie, in the true crime story, this woman and her affair partner go to see this movie. I'd never heard of it, and then I walk into Barnes & Noble, and this book is just sitting on one of the recommended tables, or one of the tables up at the front line. It's like, oh, you should read this. And so this book is from the 20s, 30s, copyright 1934. Like I said, it's been made into a movie a couple of times. It's real weird. I enjoyed it. It was a quick read. There are no postmen in it, and so I was very disappointed. I didn't learn anything about the United States Postal Service. I did learn. So it was in the 30s. It's got racism, and not in the way that I expected. Like, there was a portion, like a conversation at the beginning where this woman and this dude are talking for the first time, and they just immediately start talking about how she's not a particular race, and how good it is that she's not that race, and but her husband is Greek, and he has all of these bad qualities because he's Greek. And it was just like, I guess it was supposed to be a get to know you kind of conversation between her and this guy, but it just got to, it was so weird that, like, oh, we're bonding over our shared distaste for a couple of different races. Isn't that something that we have in common? It was strange. So interesting book. I'll talk more about it in my like wrap up of books that I've read. Oh no, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh no, I think I'm allergic to my candle. Maybe not. Anyway. So, I don't know if I recommend this book or not. It was strange. But the premise is this, like, drifter comes in from out of town, gets a job at this restaurant slash car mechanic spot, and he falls in love with the wife of the dude who runs it, and then they come up with a plan to get rid of him, and things go awry from there. It's such a short book, like there's so much more that I want to say that like is part of the plot, but it's so short, like we're already halfway through the book if I tell you anything beyond that. So, weird. It's a short read. If I believe the genre is called romance noir, which I don't know if that's even a thing anymore, but yeah. It's a book. And then the last book that I bought was by Miss Lizelle Samberry, who, if you've been watching my book channel or my book videos for a while, you know I'm a big fan of her YouTube channel, as well as her first novel, Blood Like Magic, which is downstairs. So I bought her second novel as an audiobook with the plan of buying the physical copy later on. But her third novel came out end of February, beginning of March. And so I want to, like, I know with authors and everything, it's important. The first week sales, the first couple day sales are super important. And since I knew I was going to get this book anyway, I'll tell you what book it is. Delicious Monsters. So it wasn't in the same section. I think this one, I don't know. I was expecting it to be near the Blood Like Magic and Blood Like Fate books, but they were both YA, and I think this one was in the sci-fi fantasy maybe, and that one, those ones were in YA, or maybe I have it backwards. But they seemed like they're both kind of in that fantasy realm, magical realism realm, I think. I don't know a whole lot about this book. I'm trying to go into it pretty new, but it's so cool. And I love having hardback books. I know that's kind of controversial. It is fairly thick. Look at that color green. That is gorgeous. Anyway, um, so Daisy sees dead people. Triangle boxy roofing reminded me of old Toronto homes. It seemed to have its own unique charm. It was well maintained but had a vibe of a place that had existed for a long time. On the back of the book, the word existed has a space between the I and the S. I feel like that wasn't intentional. Was it intentional? Anyway, it looks haunted, I said, sliding my eyes to Mom, a half smile on my lips, a self-indulgent joke. I thought, though I suddenly realized that I couldn't see any dead. Usually they would enjoy something like this old and unoccupied house. Yes, I don't know. I did know a month ago when I bought this. It is a bit chunky, so that always means that I'm going to be intimidated. I'm going to put off starting it for a while. And I think I'm going to read Blood Like Fate before I actually sink my teeth into this one. Just so that I finish that storyline before I start another one. But I've also read so many other books. Anyway, I'm excited. It's beautiful. In the book, it's not going to magically pop to one, but there's like little leaves and stuff. No spoilers, don't look at any of the words, but the chapter front pages all look really pretty. So I'm excited to read this. I love her writing, and gosh, just look at the cover. Can you even imagine? I was really sad. So she's Canadian, but she was in Atlanta for a reading. I'm pretty sure she was actually in Atlanta, not a virtual event. The day after I left Atlanta, last time I was down there. Anyway, so those are the 6 books that I got this month, plus some cookies and chocolate. And I've got some great videos coming up for you. Some that have already been filmed but are coming out in for specific days and that sort of thing. So, a lot to look forward to. If you have read any of these books before, let me know. Yeah, I was a little bit worried when we were doing the book exchange that she was going to send me another book that I already had or had already read. So I'm very excited to have 2 new books through this book exchange, and I'm going to have to let you guys know what I think of them. They both seem amazing, and I've got so many books. I can't show you because, well, let's see. So, down around me, I've just got books, and then I've got my bookshelves, and it makes me so happy to be surrounded by books. You're sitting on books. I've got piles of books downstairs. I've got books over there. I have a bunch of gaps in my bookshelves right now. So I don't know if I really need new bookshelves yet. I think I might, or I might have to encroach. Might need to take up some of my decorative shelf with books because it's getting a little bit out of hand. But that's all I've got for you. Yeah, what's your favorite book? What are you reading? Let's talk about it. I just finished Normal People by Sally Rooney. Oh my goodness. Everybody was so excited about that book. It was good. It was fine. It was about normal people doing normal people things. But, sorry. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. Good night, sweet dreams, and I'll see ya